your for your upper body day, I'm going to start with the warm-up. So the first thing is snow angels. So you can do this up against the wall or just in the air, but trying to go through that kind of snow angel motion, reaching overhead and coming back down. And you're really trying to squeeze your shoulder blades down and back as you come back down, so you really feel it working kind of right in between your shoulder blades. Okay, next we have the band pull aparts. So you're going to take your band, arms straight, kind of wherever you need the resistance to be for it to feel like a medium challenge. Pull straight back across your chest so that you're really feeling your shoulder blades squeeze together, almost like you're trying to pinch something between them behind you. And make sure you're not shrugging your shoulders up while you do it. So try to keep your shoulders down. You're really just moving them back. And if you feel really good, you can also take, so both of your thumbs are pointing up, and do the same idea in a diagonal motion on both sides. Okay, next you're gonna do shoulder taps to an elevated surface. So get your hands on the surface and kind of in a plank position. So really thinking about keeping your core engaged so that your back's not either sagging or sticking way up. You wanna be in a pretty straight line. And you're gonna shift your weight over to tap your opposite shoulder, nice and controlled. And your body shouldn't move a whole lot when you go to lift your arm up. So you shouldn't be like rocking open to do it. Your shoulders should stay pretty level. Okay, so next you're gonna have a bicep curl to an overhead press. So doing a bicep curl and then pushing straight up overhead and controlling it back down. When you go to press overhead, try to make sure your shoulders stay down and you're not shrugging them up. So you want to keep the tops of your shoulders down while you're doing this. Next we have elevated push-ups. So still in your elevated surface, coming into a plank position, just like with those shoulder taps from earlier, and coming down into a push-up and back up. Making sure you stay nice and strong the whole time. And try to keep your elbows down at kind of a 45-degree angle, as opposed to having them way out to the side like this, where it can put pressure on the front of your shoulder and start to bother it. Okay, so next we have the front and lateral raises. So just taking your weight, trying to keep the tops of your shoulders relaxed while you do this, bringing the weights out in front and nice and slow back down, and then out to the side and nice and slow back down. Alternating between the two of those. Really trying to keep the work coming from just your shoulder, and also trying to keep your core nice and engaged to keep you still while you're moving the weights around. Okay, so next up you have bent over rows and flies, and so you're going to alternate them. And so coming into that hinged position, you're going to first do a row where you bring your elbows straight back by your side, and then you're going to try to do a fly. So row, and then a fly. Both times thinking about trying to squeeze your shoulder blades together, but you'll feel it work the muscles in different ways. Okay, so up next we have upright rows. So you're gonna grab your weights again, and this time what you're gonna think about is bringing the weights straight up in front of you, keeping them pretty close to your chest. And you should feel this one working in the outside of your arms. I'm going to show it from kind of a side angle. So coming up, you can see the weight's pretty close to me. I'm pulling my elbows up, kind of high beside me. Okay, and then you have an overhead carry with marches. So you're going to take your weight and try to hold it straight up overhead, and you're going to march your feet, really trying to keep your core engaged and use your hip muscles so that you stay pretty stable while you're doing it. If it's too hard with your arm up overhead, you can bring it down to this 90-degree angle. And then you're going to switch sides and do the same thing on the other side.